Knowing the right tip on DayZ can be the difference between life or death. And here I'm going to give you tips that you will actually use and that will keep you alive. If you liked the video, please leave a like or a subscribe. It really helps me out. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Oh god damn it, another bear. Why do women prefer these things? This first tip is actually tied to one of the biggest debates in DayZ, whether or not DayZ should have ragdoll physics. So when a player gets killed, you can actually tell which direction the bullet came from immediately by looking at how the players landed. For example, if they shot front on, they land like this. If they shot from their left side, they land like this. Their right side, they land like this. And if they shot from behind, they fall flat forward. This is genuinely very useful to know. One of the biggest problems in DayZ with cars is that they are so vulnerable. And if you want to stop a car, it can be quite simple to do. All you need to do is get a bear trap and put it in the middle of the road. As a car drives over it, it'll destroy the tires. And if you're lucky, it will force them to stop so you can catch up and steal their car. One of the most misunderstood things about DayZ is just how meticulous and detailed its map designs actually are. One of these things happen to be trails. Trails are incredible paths that lead all around Chernarus, and once you learn them, you can travel anywhere relatively safely because nobody ever uses them. And the best thing about them is they are all very clearly marked and color coded, and because they mostly avoid populated areas and roads, they allow you to travel relatively safely. One of the most powerful weapons happens to be something you can get early on in the game. It's the fire axe, and the reason that this is more powerful than the others is because it allows you to one-shot the infected every single time. Just make sure to aim high and do a heavy swing, and it should knock them right down to the ground even if they're aggroed. If you want to know whether or not it's worth raiding a base, the easiest way to find out if there's a car inside is to log out by the base and then log back in. When you log in, you will usually hear the suspension as the car loads in, letting you know whether or not it's worth raiding. So one of my favorite traps when I see a player is to strip down, put my clothes next to a pond or a river, and then go prone and wait for them to come and investigate the equipment. This always works so well for two reasons. One, nobody ever checks the water, and the second reason it works, you're not only relatively camouflaged, but there's usually a little bit of a dip, meaning that it's really difficult to see you aiming at them. Bears are a pain, and if they get you, they can do some serious damage, but there is a way to avoid getting really hurt. All you have to do is nothing. Let the bear hit you, wake up a few minutes later, the bear's usually gone, and you can just go about your business. Yeah, you may need to bandage and you will have dropped things, but if you don't fight back, the bear won't kill you. If you do fight back, all bets are off. Being cold on DayZ can get you a cold, and heat packs aren't always around. So in this situation, the best thing to do is heat up any food you have on you. You can heat up many pieces and even pass it around to friends to keep them warm as well. Although there are lots of maps all around DayZ, most people just look at the little red dot. They ignore the most important piece of information on it. This content board here tells you everything on the map, including the local trails. Unknown food on DayZ is exactly that, unknown food, and if you eat it, it can usually make you sick. In fact, it usually makes you sick. And yes, there are some people who say you can have 10 bites, but 10 bites is way too many unless you have charcoal pills. My recommendation here is to just avoid it unless absolutely desperate. Unknown food is not your friend. Improvised clothing were added a few years ago, and up until recently, you were able to repair them using another rag. However, that has since been changed, and now the only way to repair them is by using a sewing kit, making them way harder to maintain. If you're in the rain and you can't build a fire, there's a simple thing that you need to do. Simply go under a tree and just build your fire there. The branches above protect it from the rain, allowing you to stay warm and cook your food without a problem. The next tip is probably the most important one on the list, and it is to watch this video here with all these tips for solo players you absolutely can't play DayZ without. Or for something else, click here. And as always, until next time.